It's showtime, folks.
Absolute cinema, baby. Last game of the 6-game road trip is finally here. Chicago Blackhawks versus Detroit Red Wings. 12 o'clock on a Sunday. And it's at the same time as the Chicago Bears and New York Giants. What the hell, man? How are we doing this again? How are we scheduling the Chicago Blackhawks at the same time as the Chicago Bears? Utter woke nonsense. Utter woke nonsense. I have no idea what we're doing here. And also, I think Formula One at Brazil is on at the same time as well. So all three of my main interests, and they're all at the same time. We have the entire day to work with it. All three events at the same time. Great stuff there. Great stuff. But yeah, I mean, I will say though, very nostalgic. Very nostalgic. I recall during the Blackhawks dynasty years, some of the games that I look forward to the most were those noon games against the Detroit Red Wings. I recall when they're in the same conference as us, the Western Conference. Those Blackhawks Red Wings games at noon, like on a Sunday, those games would be absolute cinema, especially at the old Joe Louis Arena. I was actually at the Joe Louis Arena. I was able to get to that arena once before the place was demolished. Kind of sad that it's no longer there. They just tore it down. I mean, that place was an absolute dump, but like it was a hell of an arena. It was, the history there was great, the atmosphere there was great, and the old Joe, the old barn, and it is now no longer. But now it's Little Caesars Arena, which must be said. I've heard it's one of the nicer arenas in the league. I haven't been there yet. I want to get there. I want to check it off the list. Because I've heard nothing but good things about it. And now the home arena of Patrick Kane, 88, the greatest Blackhawk of all time. I think that's why I'm wearing the mask in this video. Because it's not right, man. It's not right. Something's off about that. For me, Patrick Kane is and will always be a Chicago Blackhawk. In my heart, he still is a Chicago Blackhawk, man. So seeing him, just imagine, a child of me, the thought of Patrick Kane playing in the Detroit Red Wings would have sent child of me into a coma. So adulthood me is able to kind of, recognize the shifting tides here, the changing identity and the future of this team and, accept it. But it still sucks. It still sucks. Like, I'd still love to imagine a scenario where Connor Bedard and Patrick Kane are together on the same team. I think that would have been a lot of fun to watch. I'd like to think there's a scenario that exists where that could have happened. It could have happened, and Kane could have been a mentor for Bedard. I think it was possible. I think it could have happened, but hey, it is what it is. We've moved on. Patrick Kane's moved on. We've moved on, for him, Patrick Kane, obviously hoping to get that Detroit Red Wings team back in the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since 2016. They're still waiting on the Weiser plan to work there. What is the Yzer plan? Steve Yzerman. They're still waiting on it, man. This is looking like the Dutch Vanderland plan. I mean, they're still waiting to harvest those mangoes in Tahiti. Red Wings fans have been waiting a decade to get back in the playoffs, so they're hoping this could be the year. It's been a good start for them. It's been a good start for the Red Wings, 9-6-0, 18 points on the year. So it's been a good start. They're up there in terms of the Atlantic Division, one of the harder divisions in hockey. It's been a good start to the year for them, and they're hoping to get back in the offs. And Patrick Kane just got back from injury, too. He played last game against the Rangers there, his old former team as well. Rangers legend Patrick Kane. The streets won't forget. The streets will forget that reign. The streets will absolutely forget the Patrick Kane Rangers tenure. We won't talk about that too much. I'm a week late here. I should have wore this on Halloween. I'm just thinking to myself now, I should have wore this mask on Halloween. I was a week late there, but hey, better late than never. We're wearing it today. We're switching it up, and we are Patrick Kane, past Patrick. We're vintage Patrick Kane today. Blackhawks Patrick Kane. He was scary out there, man. He put the opposition in fits, and that's exactly what that man right there, Connor Bedard, is doing right now as we speak. He's truly sending shivers down the spines of goaltenders throughout the National Hockey League. But anyway, getting back to this game here, we got Hawks Wings. Hawks 7-5-3 on the year, 15 points. Wings 9-6-0, 18 points. Noon, 12 o'clock game at Joe Louis Arena. Some metrics the last 5 games. Players to watch for the Hawks, last 5 games. Bertuzzi leads the Hawks with 6 goals, including 5 goals his last 2 games. The hot stick of Ty Bertuzzi, can he keep that run going? And Connor Bedard leads the Hawks with 8 assists the last 5 games. 8 apples, 8 helpers for Connor Bedard. And then leading the way with 10 points is Connor Bedard yet again. 10 points his last 5 games and 15 points during this latest 7-game point streak of his. So Connor Bedard's absolutely cooking right now. He's hoping to make it an 8-game point streak. So hopefully we can see him do that, man. Hopefully we can see him do it coming off a 4-point performance against the Calgary Flames. Let's see the kid keep cooking. He's 1 point behind Macklin Celebrini for the NHL scoring lead. And I'd like to see him take that away from him in this game at Joe Louis. And keep the Hawks win streak going too. Hawks have won back-to-back games. Let's make it 3. And let's make it a 3-2-1 road trip, right? We're 500 on the road trip. We can either end this road trip above 500 or below 500. I say we end it above 500. 500 as we get back to the United Center for Wednesday. It's been so long since we've seen United Center hockey, man. The last United Center game was the Bedard hat-trick game, and that was almost 2 weeks ago now. It's crazy. I miss United Center hockey, but yeah, anyway, back to the metrics of this game. Getting ahead of myself. Detroit Red Wings, Alex DeBrincat. Blackhawks legend Alex DeBrincat leads the way with 2 goals the last 5 games. He also leads the Wings with 3 assists. And he also leads the Wings with 5 points. Alex DeBrincat's been cooking there. The Cat. I believe he has 15 points, 15 games this year, point per game player. I missed the Cat, man. I missed the Cat. That was one of the moves that really started this rebuild. You look back, 2022 was really the Hagel trade, letting Strome walk in for agency, and then the Alex DeBrincat, Kevin Korchinski trade was really the big one that really started this rebuild off. And then, of course, the Frank Nazar, Kirby Dach trade as well was a big one. So, still winning Korchinski there. He's had a good season in Rockford. Hope we can see him up in the Hawks soon. But yeah, DeBrincat, went to the Senators and now is a member of the Detroit Red Wings, his hometown team there, and he's been cooking. He's been a good fit there. He's good for 30 goals, 40 assists, 60, 70 points a year. So hopefully the Hawks have the next Alex DeBrincat, and Nick Lardis has been cooking in Rockford, but that's a future topic. And yeah, some more metrics. Last 10 games, Hawks are 5-3-2 on a 2-game winning streak. The Wings are 5-5-0 the last 10 games. They've lost 2 in a row. First game of the season series here. Some other metrics heading into the matchup. Hawks power play has improved to 20.5%, which is 14th in the league. Hawks power play, it's on the up and up, man. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like if they can keep that power play humming, keep it rolling, like this team can accomplish so much more. I think the Bedard-Bertuzzi connection, the power play, has opened up so much opportunities there. Hopefully we see those two keep cooking the power play because backdoor Burt, man, he's looking like Zach Hyman. He's our Zach Hyman, man, the net front guy, the net front merchant. Bedard's finding him. His playmaking, his vision, he's going to find him all day. So love to see that power play humming. Artie's been doing a solid job quarterback in the power play as well since they swapped him and Renzel. I've liked what I've seen out of Artie there. Hopefully he can keep his point streak going as well. Wings power play 20.8, 12th. So pretty similar power plays there, 12th, 14th. Hawks penalty kill is 82.5, 13th. So yeah, Hawks power play and penalty kill are pretty much even in terms of where they rank in the national top half of the league. That's the thing. You have special teams that are top half of the league. Your unit strength play has been good. Your goaltending's been good. That could be a recipe for sustained success. The Red Wings penalty kill is even better, 85.7, 7th in the league. Goals for per game, Hawks are 3.20, 14th. Wings are 2.87, which is 21st. Goals allowed per game, Hawks are 2.60, 5th in the league. Top 5 goals against. That's a Spencer Knight effect right there. And the Wings are 3.07, 15th in the league. And yeah, let's get into some line combinations for this matchup. Some line combinations. We'll start off with the Detroit Red Wings, where their line's looking like line 1. They got Emmett Finney, Dylan Larkin, and Lucas Raymond. I'm a big fan of Lucas Raymond, man. He's like a poor man's Swedish Kane. He's got the hands. He's got the vision, the playmaking. One of the better under 23 players in the league. I'm a big fan of Lucas Raymond and the speed of Dylan Larkin. He's had a good year, 18 points in 15 games. Larkin's had a good year, their captain. Speedy man. I was impressed in the Four Nations for U.S. last year, and he's done a good job leading the way for the Red Wings so far this year. Wings second line, Alex DeBrincat, the Cat, JT Compher, and Patrick Kane. Showtime, baby. It's showtime. Finally, the intro of my video leads to Patrick Kane, the true Showtime master himself. Good to see Kaner, man. He's going to cook. His second game back from injury, Kaner's going to cook in this one. Pretty much every time he's played the Hawks so far as an opponent, he's cooked us. So, he's going to have a big game. I imagine he's going to get a score sheet in this one, or at least rack up a couple apples. I'm a little surprised they have JT Compher as a second-line center and not Marco Kasper. Last year, the Wings' best line was that DeBrincat, Marco Kasper, Patrick Kane line. So I'm a little surprised that they got Compher there in the second-line slot, not Kasper. But I know I think he's had a slow start to this year. I think he only has 3 points or something. So that could be the reason for that. But yeah, I'd like to think they'd probably go back to that line at some point because it worked so well for him last year. But we'll see what happens there. But yeah, the Kane-Cat connection, but for the Red Wings. Who could have imagined that 3 years ago, man? Who could have imagined it? But no, it's been a big part of why the Wings have found some success. And, we'll see if they can keep that rolling. Kaner getting back from injury, he's motivated to make that Olympic team, man. So he's going to be a motivated man. And, especially against his former team, the Blackhawks, he's going to have a big game for sure. Wings third line, Marco Kasper, Andrew Kopp, and Mason Appleton. And their fourth line, JVR, James Van Riemsdyk, Michael Rasmussen, and Jonathan Berggren. That's their offensive core. Again, very solid top 6. The bottom 6 is mid. It's meh. But the top 6 is solid, man. They got pieces there. And this team doesn't have problems scoring goals, man. The offense is there. It's mostly the defense that's a little sus. It's very top-heavy. Them as a drop-off. You got Simone Edvinsson and Mort Seider first pair. That's been a great first pair for the Wings. Mort Seider's their top defenseman back there. Great two-way defender. Very Charlie McAvoy-esque. Very physical. He's going to pound you every game. Pause. and Simone Edmondson, one of their better young defensive prospects. So not really a prospect, he played last year, but second full year in the league, and he's definitely been making strides and improvements. So no, very impressive his game. And not the only Swedish defender back there. They also got Axel Sandin Pellikka up there, one of their better defensive prospects. So a lot to look forward to there with Axel Sandin Pellikka. So the top three is very strong. Edmondson, Seider, Pellikka. But then after that, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here, because after that it's Ben Sherratt, Albert Johansson, and Travis Hamonic. So. Yeah, Wings' top three deep defenders pretty solid. Their bottom three leaves a bit to be desired. So definitely a top-heavy D-core, but the top is very strong, though. And yeah, in net, they got Cam Talbot and John Gibson. They acquired John Gibson from the Anaheim Ducks over the offseason. The Red Wings have needed an upgraded net for a long time. They've needed an upgraded net for a long time, so Gibson was a solid acquisition there. They sent Mrazek, Blackhawks legend Peter Mrazek, to Anaheim. And John Gibson, he's past his prime, but he's still a solid starter of the National Hockey League. And he's been a solid upgrade for them in net. So I believe it's going to be Gibson versus Knight tomorrow. I know Gibson's been confirmed, Knight hasn't. But the way Knight's been humming lately, just coming off a shutout too, wouldn't be surprised if they stick with him then the road trip. Maybe they have Minnesota. But Hawks have 2 days of break before the next game Wednesday. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went with Knight. And, but we'll see. Maybe they go to Soda, give Knight some rest, and then let Knight play the first game back at home. We shall see about that. But for the Wings, it looks like Gibson's going to be in net. Not doing a bunch of injuries right now at the Wings. They're pretty healthy right now, as are we. Both squads are pretty healthy right now. We only have one injury, so yeah. All right, that leads score predictions. I think the Hawks take this one. They lost the first 3 games of the road trip. I think they're going to win the last 3. And I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. I think it's going to be a fun noon game. Sometimes noon games are kind of sleepy. I don't think this is going to be a sleepy noon game. I think both teams are going to get up for this one. Both of them are in big playoff races right now in the month of November. But I think it's going to be a fun game. Good rivalry. Good Original Six rivalry. This is the good old days, man. I still view the Detroit Red Wings as our top rival. I know they're not in the same conference anymore, but I still think Blackhawks Red Wings, I still think that's our top rival right there. Maybe it's the Blues, but in my heart, the Red Wings will always be our top rival. So this is always a game that you're going to get up for more than the others. There's always an extra 10% effort when you see the Detroit Red Wings or a team like that, another Original Six fall in the calendar. You're always going to get up for that one. So, I think it's going to be a close game, hard fought both ways. I say the Hawks come away with a 4-3 dub. 4-3 dub. Pookie makes it an 8-game point streak. Kane probably gets on the board for the Wings, I imagine. Bedard versus Kane, baby, absolute cinema. But no, I think the Hawks come away with this one. I think last game of the road trip, you want to end this road trip strong before you get back home. So I think the Hawks take the dub in this one. One thing I totally forgot to mention, actually. Hawks totally dodged the bullet with Frank Nazar, man. It sounds like, according to Jeff Blashill, that Frank Nazar is only day-to-day. So it sounds like he may only miss this game. In fact, he hasn't even been ruled out for this game. As of this recording, Frank Nazar has not been ruled out for tomorrow's game. So he could play. I really hope he's able to play. I mean, that's his hometown city right there, Detroit, for Frank Nazar. I imagine you have a lot of family there watching the game. And since they're in the opposite conference, you only get to play there once. So I hope for Frank Nazar's sake that he's healthy, he's able to play in this game. If not, day-to-day, he misses one game and is ready to go Wednesday at home. But no, overall, it's good to see Frank Nazar. It's good to see the injury isn't serious. It doesn't look like it's serious, and he should be back soon and shouldn't miss an extended period of time. So thank God for that, because that was the one negative from that game. So anyway, that's probably all I got for this video. There should be a fun game tomorrow, Sunday. It'll be a nice early post game tomorrow after the 12 noon game, probably a 3-4 o'clock post game, something like that. Should be a fun one. It's truly a battle of present versus past here. We got the past Patrick Kane, the present and future here at this young emerging Blackhawks core. So should be a fun game to watch. Looking forward to it. It should be an exciting matchup. So we will be there. And that's all I got for this one. Be sure to like this video, share it around, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I think we're at 605 subs at the time of this recording. So that means a lot. The support means a ton to me. Really appreciate it a lot. And let's keep rolling here. Let's keep pushing. And also look out for me on Fanside. I actually recently started writing for Fanside. I wrote my first article today. I'm hoping that can drop either tonight or tomorrow. Should be up soon. But I will be writing weekly Blackhawks articles for Fansided. So I'm excited for that. And so if you enjoy watching me, hopefully you enjoy reading my work as well. I also like to write. I like to yap about hockey. I like to write about hockey. I like to make content around hockey. I like to play hockey. I like to watch hockey. Hockey is this man's life, which is probably why I'm wearing a Jason mask right now, because I have truly submerged myself in the hockey world. That is my life, man. But hey, I love it. I embrace it, and it's a ton of fun, and I can't wait to keep pursuing it and keep pursuing the dream, pursuing the American dream, baby. All right, that's all I got for this one, baby, and we will see you all in the next one. Biok Memes out. Bye-bye. Boop.